Hello, everybody. Hello, gamers. It's me. Me. Hi. Hello, 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 hello. Ah. Hi. Tee hello. Hello, everybody. Hi, Water. Hi, Sir Rhino. Hi, Draco. Pog. I did some things while I was away. First of all, I got water. Second of all, I did my dailies in Lovebrush Chronicles on my main phone. And now I'm here. Hi, Mango! Now I'm here. Hi, guys, everybody. Hello. Hi. I'm so here now. Yippee! I did, in the case that the game crashes, because Tears of Themis has been crashing on this phone, at least once a stream. If, in case the game crashes on this phone, I have, in fact, changed my theme on my phone. It is completely different. It matches my main phone now. And there's no incriminating information. There wasn't any before, don't worry. But it's not as, it's like more, it's sad beige mom vibes. Except I'm not, taking necessary stimulants from children for my aesthetic. I'm just having a little fun. Also, it may or may not be centered specifically around one singular image I found of one singular character in Lovebrush Chronicles. That may or may not be the entire purpose of that theme. But it looks really pretty. I'm gonna drink water already because my throat already hurts. And I plan on going as long as I can. This isn't a Mina endurance stream. This is a Lovebrush Chronicles endurance stream. I'm not the one being tested. It's Lovebrush Chronicles. Because it doesn't seem to enjoy people playing the game for hours on end. But that's all I do, is play games for hours on end. Also, it's quiet. Let me turn it up a little. There we go. Welcome back to Lovebrush Chronicles, gamers! We're so back. We're so literally back. What is this? What's happening here? Oh. We can read stories now. Okay, so these are card stories. Oh, we'll download it. Not gonna do anything. Okay. So we have card stories, and then we have whispers. Which is like ASMR. Like basically, it's ASMR. So we're not gonna do that. Just for everyone's knowledge, I'm not doing it. Also, we have mail from New Year's. First from Kale, which says, Happy New Year. May our wishes have a chance to come true. Kale. Thanks, Kale. And then one from Lars, which says, You're the first person I see in the new year. Mina, I'm so lucky. That's the freaking cutest thing I have ever read. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lars, for being absolutely adorable. The dogs are outside, so they will bark soon. They're hitting the wall right now because they're playing. Mina, I hope we can stay together next year and for many years after that. Aw, thank you, Alcade. Then Clarence. I have made a plan with you for the new year, Mina. Thank you for thank you, Clarence. Thank you. Very straight to the point. Thank you, Clarence. And then the New Year's countdown from Anne. The New Year's countdown sounds boring, but if I'm with you, it'll be more interesting. Thank you, Anne, for being the cutest boy. So what if We have enough to do a 10 pull for these new banners. Should we do it? Should we do a 10 pull for these new banners? And if so, which one should we focus on? Should we try to get the AN card or the Clarance card? Or should we go over to these ones, which are Kale cards? There's also Kale birthday cards. I don't care. I don't care. His birthday was New Year's Eve, I think. But what should we, Clarance probably? Okay, tee, don't need to tell me twice. Bop, bop, bop. Guys, I think we just got a really good card. Guys, I think we got a good card. Okay, it's not the card we were looking for. But this card is so freaking cute. I'm happy that I got a SSR Clarance card. I don't have an SSR Clarance card on my main. Whoa, I haven't seen that one before either. Okay, cool. Pog? SSR Clarance card? Don't tell me to spend money. This is an F2P account. Let's post about everything. Let's go. Ah, more achievements. Let's freaking go. Okay. So, I don't remember where we last left off. If I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember a darn thing. Can I complain? What is with TikTok recently and, like, sending me messages saying, you might know these people, you should follow them. Like every few hours, every single day for the last, like, 4 days, I've just been getting those. I don't need them. Don't tell me who I might know. Because half of them I don't even know. Like, what's your point? What's your problem? What is with TikTok? Also, it's also doing that thing where, like, I've already seen the video, and it shows me the video again, even though I already saw it like a day before. One day, I got one video, and then literally 2 videos later, I got the same video again. 2 videos later. What the heck? Imagine using TikTok. I'm sorry. Do you not want me to use every platform to my advantage as a streamer? Do you not want me to do that? I'm doing what I need to. This is my job. Did we forget that making content is my job? You're the loser for making fun of people for using TikTok. If you're not on TikTok, you're behind and that's your fault. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, I'll stop being mean. Let me go look at this card. I'm so excited to use this. Oh my freaking gosh. Sorry, I have a real job. Alright, so I'm gonna ban water from the chat. I'm joking. Or am I? Heyo, level 5. Hold on, wait, let me look at this.
猫の爪を侮ると痛い目に遭うぞ。
He's so cute. Cat dad. For real, for real. Trying to think if I want to use this Clarence SR card.
はやぶさの翼は簡単に折れやしない。
I don't know. I don't know. I think I'll just stick to... I think I'll use Clarence, Alcade, Lars. And get rid of Bookworm in my team. Oh, wrong button. Formation. So what's the point of the cards? You gotta fight for real. You have to fight for real. So, the cards are what you use to attack. And they're also your health. You'll see. So, let me look at where we are in the story. Let me look at the story. Okay, we're in the prologue. So, what has happened in the last 2 episodes is we... Here. Look at my notebook. Okay, so we've met these 4 men. Kale. He is, not only a painting teacher in the school that we are now going to, but also, he is, our legal guardian, entrusted by our mother to take care of us. And also, he is a painter that we have been looking up to for years, and he never told us. And we got a little upsetty spaghetti, and he said, I didn't want you to rely on me so much for that, because I wanted you to create your own style and be yourself. And we went, but like... Anyway, so that's what happened. Then we met Lars. By the way, we were on a ship. We were on a ship to the school that we're going to, because our school is on the island, so we were on a ship. We met Lars next. And while we were on the ship, we went up to a place to like paint, because we're a painter. And also a manga artist. We've created a manga based off of the dreams that we've been having. When we meet Lars, we realize, uh-oh, this man looks suspiciously familiar to the man that I wrote in my manga, but I've never seen this man before, and I've only had dreams of this man. And he looks like the tyrant king that you've been writing in your manga. Meanwhile, Kale looks like the Silver Knight or whatever that is the opposing force to the Tyrant King. Hey, the school isn't in Australia, right? Just checking. No, we're not in Australia. I promise. All of them are Japanese. But so like we started writing this manga, and we like are arting, you know, as you do when you art. And he comes up behind us, and we like turn around and we're like, hello. And then we realize, and by we I mean me, hi. I realized that he looks like the character that I've been writing in my manga. And like you start freaking out. Girly Pop freaks out, and she starts like walking backwards, but she's on a balcony, and he has to like catch her before she falls backwards into the ocean. And he was like, I'm a good swimmer, but I'd rather not, Girly Pop. Like, let's not do this. Anyways, so he is a CEO. He doesn't go to this school. He's 28. By the way, MC, 18. The fact that this man has a love interest is a little strange, but to be fair, we're all adults here now, so it's fine. And by we, I mean me and him, we're all adults. 911. No, we're all adults. Smiley face. Teehee. Anyway, so that's Lars. And then we meet Clarance. It's technically legal isn't a great defense. It's a little sketchy, but it is legal. Like, there's not, like, it's a little weird, but also it's legal. And also, I don't know, it's a Chinese game. I don't freaking know what their rules are. Anyways, so then we meet Clarance, my favorite boy. And we're walking, we've made it to the school. We meet William, the cutest little boy in the whole world. He's so sweet and cute. He's got pink hair and he's so excitable. I love him. He's not a love interest. He's just an NPC. But we meet William, who's a part of student council. And then he tries to say that he's student council president. He's not, but he tries to convince everybody that he is and gives like a tour of the campus. And then don't say Clarance skull emoji. He's hot. And he just gets hotter, bro. He's so attractive. I love this man. Oh my gosh. He would nerd emoji thing, like point up emoji you, but it would be in the cutest way possible. Like, he's not correcting you. He's just really excited to tell you about stuff. But so Clarance is we're then like walking in a hallway and we're trying to find our way to orientation, and we look up and he's on an upper deck looking below, and we make eye contact, and you're like, hello, and before you even finish I don't care, his name is Clarance. Clarance is a fine name. At least it isn't freaking Alcade or Lars or Kale. I'm sorry. Kale? Kale. I'm sorry. Kale. I had to look up how to pronounce this. It's freaking Kale. Okay? This is the worst name possible. Kale? Like the vegetable? Like the leaf? Kale. Kale is a freaking funny name. Lars is... I've never met a man named Lars, but apparently System has. I don't know. Or not System, Code. Code has. And somebody else, I don't remember. I've never met a Lars in my life. I've also never met an Alcade in my life. And I've also never met an Ayan in my life. But Clarance is like the most... like, I've still never met a Clarance in my life, but like, it's the most normal out of all of these names. Clarance and then Ayan are the two normal ones. The rest of them are a little weird. Okay, to be fair, I live in California, and there's not I've just never met a Lars in my... Actually, no, I've just never met a Lars in my life. You guys are the weird ones for meeting Lars. I've never met one. I've never seen a man named Lars in my life except for this man. Anyway, so Clarance, he's up at the balcony and we're like, where do we go? But before we even finish our sentence, he tells us where to go. And we're like, wow, that's kind of hot. And then later on, we see him again. And he's like trying to put up a poster for something. And he asks William for help, but William is not there. It is just Clarance on a ladder. And Clarance is asking William to hand him the poster that he's trying to hang up. And William's just he dipped. He said, I'm done for the day. I'm clocking out. So we instead go to help Clarance with the poster, and we hand him the poster. He doesn't know that it's us. And then he says to hold on to the ladder. So we hold on to the ladder, and then he finishes putting up the poster, and he looks down and he's like, you're not, hello. Hi. And we're like, tee, hello. And so then he let us do art of him. He was very cute. And by let us, I mean we tried to convince him that it's like a custom in the art department that if you help someone, if someone helps you, you in return make art for them. And then we tried to do it again, and he said that basically we could be sued. because we're lying. So he's a law major, so it's fine. But he's so cute. He's 19. So, you know, it is what it is, or whatever. Cutie. Or wait, is he 19? Is he 19? Yes. 19? Yes. Yes, okay. Yes, he's 19. Then we meet Alcade. He's an astronomy student at the school that we go to. Hello, Taylor. This is Alcade. He's an astronomy student at the school that we go to, and he's a sweet boy. He's very sweet. He's very cute and sweet. We met him once before in the snow. We were in the Arctic question mark? I don't know. We were going to see the Northern Lights with Kale. And then we turn around because we heard a noise, and freaking Alcade is passed out in the snow. So we take Alcade and we help him, me and Kale, we take Alcade and we help him get to safety and warm him up. And then he takes pictures of the Northern Lights. And that's how we first met Alcade. But then we were walking down a street after, like, buying dog food or cat food. We got a cat. His name is Chat because you guys meow all the time. But we needed cat food, which, by the way, Clarence told us where the cat food was. So that was very nice of him. Also, he's cute. But so, don't meow, Taylor, please. Anyway, I don't meow. It's the same thing. Shut up. But so then we had all these supplies and things in our hands, and we weren't seeing where we were going, you know, as you do. And we ran into somebody, and then he just, like, took half of our stuff, and he was like, okay, gonna help you now. And we were like, excuse me, who are you? And he was like, it's Alcade. And you're like, huh? And he's like, you saved my life? And you're like, oh, okay, no, I remember now. I saved your life with Kale. Yes, we saved your, yes. And so then you're like, teehee, funny that you're visiting because I go to school here now. And he's like, no, I'm going to school here. He's anyway, so he's a junior, and he works at the astrology department, and he's cool. And 20, he's 20. So that's Alcade. Did we see him after that? I don't think so. Anyway, and then there's Ayan. We met Ayan. He is a music student. He's a piano player. He's a pianist, and he hates everything. He doesn't want to do a thing. He doesn't want to have to do anything. He likes his sweets, and that's it. And he likes me, thank you. We were walking through the music hall, like the music building, and we heard him playing the piano, and we started to, like, make art of him in the piano, not playing the piano, but we made art of him while he was playing the piano because it was like a good atmosphere. And then, like, 2 bodyguards showed up and they were like, no, smiley face. And then Anne was like, no, she's fine, just come on in. You want to finish your painting? Just go for it. I'm gonna keep playing. And then it was fine. I don't know, he's cute. I love him. he's the like, I don't like anybody, but you're the exception kind of guy. CL from Black Butler. I have watched a collection of 10 episodes from Black Butler, the first season, and yes. Kinda, yeah. He do be pretty rich from what I know, but that's all I know. I don't know a lot about Ayan in this world. Anyway, so then we went to our temporary dorm room. We had a temporary dorm room before we moved into a house. And when we went into our temporary dorm room, there was a girl that was next door, and she was so freaking excited to get to know us. Like, so excited. Like, the cutest freaking excited ever. Okay? She was so cute. And she, her name was, Naledi. The cutest girl ever. Okay? And she is also a performer. And she's a dance performer, so I think she's in the music department, but for dance, I don't know. But she has been she's just cute. Basically, I love her. Anyway, so then there's like this show that they were putting on, like a showcase, which usually was meant to happen in the middle of the year. But it's happening in the beginning of the year, and nobody knows why. And in fact, Clarence is a little sus of the fact that it's happening in the new year, or in the beginning of the school year. He's a little concerned. And even William is concerned, and they're like setting stuff up, and Clarence is like, maybe you shouldn't go, girly pop, maybe you shouldn't. And you're like, but I gotta support my bestie Naledi. She's going to perform. We go backstage the day of the performance, and we have like a conversation with Naledi, and we find out that she is going first, and she's so freaking nervous about it. But she's going first, but Ayan is like, yo, like, I should just go first. Like, convince her to let me go first. And because he just wants to play his little piano and then leave. Like, that's his whole thing. Like, he's going last and he has to stay the whole time. But what he really wants to do is just play his little piano and then leave. That's all he wants to do. And honestly, based. I love that about him. But Naledi's like, no, I've got to do this. This is like my thing. I got to do this. So we then go sit down in like the first row to watch Naledi perform and like support our bestie, because she's our bestie. We love her, okay? And then this light circle on the ground shows up while she's dancing, and it like looks like a magic like circle, like a summoning circle of some sort. And then butterflies emerge from the circle, like a lot of them, like a lot of butterflies like just emerge from the circle. And then so we run up to the stairs. Everybody's freaking out. Nobody knows what's happening. We run up the stairs onto the stage to see what's going on, and then she collapses onto the ground, and we go to hold her and like try to shake her awake. We're like, Naledi, gamer, please, hello. She doesn't wake up. And then we're transported to another world. And this is where we are. So the first thing I have to do is literally fight my way out. What in the Barbie movie plot is this? Good, it's good. It's good. Honestly, I love this game. I cannot explain how much I love this game. Are we on auto? Can I auto this? Okay. Have the enemy. Also, I will say, some of these, like, hit noises are kind of sus. Especially... Sorry. Especially Ayan. That man... I don't know what they told him to do in that sound booth, but it's not what it sounds like. It is not what it sounds like. Okay, yes, I understand. I've played this game before. Fun fact.
猫の爪を侮ると痛い目に遭うぞ。
Oh, the cat paws are so cute.
僕の剣はいつでも君のためだけに掲げよう。
Fuck. Didn't even have to use
君の
Lars.
ために戦えることを光栄に思うよ。
Thank you. I'm gonna turn it down a little. It's a little loud. I'm stuck in the abyss. Sorry, that's not what it said. But that's what I said. Alright, so welcome to the new world that we have been transported to, everybody. Take a seat. We're gonna actually get into the game now. Oh, I couldn't read that because it just did it without me. Okay. The cage is covered in thorns and drawn upon the ground is a strange pattern that resembles a magic circle. As I walk towards the cage, I accidentally step on something, or rather, someone. A young girl wearing a white dress and eye-catching accessories. Her dark chestnut hair is reminiscent of smooth milk chocolate. Despite having been stepped on, she doesn't react at all. Naledi? Try nudging. I reach out and check her pulse. She's breathing, but knocked out cold. I hear a strange sound close by, which sounds like someone chanting a ritual around me, and a young lady around me and the young lady in the cage. It starts off like some kind of alien language, but after a while, it evolves into a human voice that I can perfectly understand.
動くな。
Oh, who said that? Who? I hear a click as someone opens the cage. Looking up, I meet the gaze of the person standing outside. Lars? Is the Stellar's Cup over? Where is everyone? He's wearing a luxurious outfit, which makes him a splendid sight. There is a regal crown upon his head, similar to the one the Emperor wears in my manga in passing. Lars?
ほう。俺の名前を知っているとは光栄だ。ならば未来の花嫁殿に自己紹介は不要だな。では早速本題に入るとしよう。俺は今すぐ婚約でも構わないが、お前はどうだ？
Fiance? Yeah. Welcome. Welcome. What the? Why is Lars talking like that? And did he just say our engagement? This must be a dream. What in the La La Land? This must be a dream. I've got to find a way to wake myself up. With that in mind, I pinch my arm very hard, which is more painful than I anticipated.
何をしているんだ？呪術か？何も起きないようだが。
Lars extends a hand towards me.
さあ、俺と一緒に来い。お前にも言いたいことはあるだろうが、まずはお披露目だ。
The Lars I see before me looks and talks just like the Emperor in my manga. I feel like I must be dreaming. Just moments ago, I was watching Naledi dance in the school hall. But then she'd suddenly disappeared, and now I'm here. Could I have fallen asleep in the hall? And is this all some dream? I try to calm myself down. If that's the case, then all I need to do is worry about waking up. So, we're going to the council hall?
そうだ。お前は俺の後ろに立っているだけでいい。
I guess there's no other way out of this. Suddenly, I'm struck by an eerie feeling that someone is watching me. I spin around and spot a suspicious figure lurking in the dark, draped in a long robe that reaches the ground. However, it vanishes from sight before I can get a better look. Anyway, it's not important. I mean, it's super freaking important. It's really important, but it's not important. Not right now. But eventually, the most important thing ever, actually. Can I wake myself up? Dustin! I hope you cooked well and ate well, and I hope you are going to rest soon. Smiley face. Dustin's sick, everybody. Everybody say, get well, Dustin. How can I wake myself up? Well, the first step is realizing that it's a dream. Next, find out what the dream is about. Then take the initiative. I am ick. I'd say that I've already completed the first 2 steps. I know that I'm dreaming, and I know what that I'm dreaming about the story in my manga. The council hall is a large domed hall with throngs? I've never heard that word. Of well-dressed men and women who are standing around and chatting with each other.
こんなに待たせるとは。瞳悟空の儀は本当に成功したのか。
魔術師なんて変わり者ばかりでしょ。大丈夫？
諸君、
Sorry.
王族の一員といえど、魔法党の悪口はよした方がいい。
As Lars strides into the council hall, a shiver seems to ripple across the entire crowd. Everyone hurries to bow to him, showing their to the Emperor. Welcome to I'm dyslexic. I guess what I just saw makes sense in a dream world. In my manga, I'd only portrayed the Emperor as a tyrant, but I'd never given much thought about the politics behind it, or imagined what his reputation could cause this response. Deference? Thank you.
手短に終わらせる。お前たちの雑談に付き合うつもりはない。魔法党の協力のもと、我々は異世界の巫女を手に入れた。
Also, freaking, it's Daphnephoria. This is the freaking disgusting name ever. And I'm gonna have to say it so much. Daphnephoria is my worst freaking nightmare. Every time I look at it, I'm like, uh-oh, how do I say this? Daphnephoria. Disgusting. It sounds like a fear. Yeah, my fear. Hello?
これより彼女の運命は俺と共にある。わかったな?
Lars has me standing beside him while he addresses the nobles. I scan their faces and notice that no one dares to look at him. A few of them sneak for glances at me, though. I see a mixture of curiosity, concern, and indescribable emotions. Indescribable, yeah. Emotions in their eyes. They went with the annoying option when they came up with naming fantasy days. Yeah. Daphnephoria. This dream's quite realistic. Even the extras have their own unique reactions to the Emperor's declaration. Lars doesn't seem pleased with the noble's response.
なんだ? 意義のあるものは遠慮なく言え。
おめでとうございます。おめでとうございます、巫女様。
Lars nods approvingly with an expression on his face that reads, "That's more like it." He just freaking whoop, up we go. As if he feels like we're not being intimate enough, he suddenly leans over to pick me up. This is mine. Your Majesty, would you please put me down? I can walk fine on my own.
断る。なんだ、随分軽いな。お前にはもっと豪華なドレスを用意してやろう。こんな地味な服は俺の妃にふさわしくないからな。
In case this dream's connected to my subconscious somehow, I pray that Lars will choose something relatively plain. I dread the thought of being dressed up like some doll. And?
俺の婚約者としてふさわしい姿になった後は、月経祭の日までこの高級で過ごしてもらう。
That's awesome and whatnot, sir, but hold on. Yeah, can you give me a second? I don't know what's happening here. Daphneophoria? That was never mentioned in my manga. When will the story end? After the wedding, perhaps?
お前は何も考えるな。俺についてくるだけでいい。
Pog! Welcome! A servant helps me change into an elegant maroon dress, which is with rich embroidery. It's an outfit fit for the nobles of this world. It's a wonderful garment and would make a perfect object to sketch. I start to wonder how much of this dream I will remember when I wake up. As I fiddle with the objects scattered around the council hall, I begin to feel like this dream is going on for longer than normal. What's more, I can see every pattern and design much more clearly than usual. After a while, a servant notifies me that the Emperor is waiting for me at the dinner party. Many people are waiting by the time I arrive at the banquet hall. The servants bow and lead the nobles to their seats. Just then, I spot a familiar face among the crowd. Aeon? I freeze for a moment, but he doesn't notice me. Or perhaps he doesn't recognize me. He deftly grabs a slice of apple pie from a tray and devours it in an instant. He's a handsome figure even in my dreams. He has a natural aura of nobility, yet eats at great speed and never wastes a single crumb. All of his actions are in perfect balance, as if he's meticulously calculating every movement. Aeon? I feel the urge to talk to him, but a noblewoman is standing in the way. I try to skirt around her, but once I do, he's already getting up to leave.
誰かに聞かれても
Aeon murmurs to the servant next to him, in a commanding tone.
僕は来てないと言え
What does he mean by that? Before I can wrap my head around what's going on, I see Aeon slip away from the banquet hall through a small door. Suddenly, the palace musicians play a powerful note, signaling the start of the banquet.
どうかしたのか?
Shows up to eat dinner, eats one slice of pie, leaves, refuses to elaborate. Yep, that's Aeon. What did I tell you? He wants to do the one thing he wants to do and then leave. He doesn't want to stay around. He just wants to do one thing and then he's gone. He doesn't want to be here. He doesn't like people. He's like a little cat. He just wants his food and then he wants to leave, okay? Nothing. Nothing, Your Majesty. Lars nods and beckons me with his hand.
だったらダンスはいかがかな?
She says, shut up and dance with me. Anyway. Dance?
婚約した者のしきたりさ。新郎が新婦をダンスに誘うんだ。踊れないのなら俺に合わせて動けばいい。ただし、わざと足を踏むのはなしだ。
Just the Macarena out in the middle of the dance floor. Can you imagine how jarring that would be for, like, all of these noble women and men, like, around you, just to see you start doing the Macarena? They've never seen it in their lives. They have no clue what you're doing. They're just terrified of you now. Like, they're just shocked and appalled, honestly. Just hitting the sprinkler. Terrifying and appalled. Terrified and appalled. I'm quite the dancer. Flips hair. I know how to dance. I'm pretty good at it, actually. Lars holds my hands, his movements both elegant and classic. I follow his lead with a modern waltz. You do be quite the dancer. Thank you. Flips hair. Looking into my eyes as we dance, Lars regards my elegant movements with a smile. In this shared moment, I can tell that he truly appreciates my dancing.
異世界のステップだな。なかなかうまいものだ。
I'm gonna put my glasses on. I feel like that will keep me from going halfway through 10 sentences in a row. Teach these nobles how to do the Dougie. That is like the only thing I don't know how to do. Oh, my glasses are so foggy. I need food, gamers. Mama Imai is gonna cook food soon, but I need it soon. Like, I'm realizing how hungry I am. Did I eat today? That's why. I had Pepsi and that's it. Oh, that didn't help! The left eye on my glasses is the biggest problem. Better? Sesame teriyaki steak and zucchini stir fry? Wait, no, that sounds good. What do you mean, oof? What happened to your food? It was good. Okay. Gonna say. But I want more. Oh, I see what you mean. Anyway. After the long song ends, he takes me by the hand and leading me back. Gosh dang it, I can't freaking read. Leading me back to my seat. The nobles are chatting together with goblets in hand. However, Lars doesn't let anyone get close to me. The Narbles. The nobles toast him from time to time, which he accepts with a hearty laugh. Sitting in a corner of the banquet hall, I hear someone mention the celebration on the day of Daphnephoria to Lars. However, Lars is just out of earshot, and I can't make out his response. Ayan never appeared in my manga, as for the Daphnephoria and the goddess from the other world, well, they're both completely alien to me. Looking at my surroundings, I am completely taken aback by everything. There are so many people, sounds, and smells. I'm so caught up in it all, can't even think about eating. Dinner party part 2. After the banquet ends, Lars leads me away. Your Majesty, where are we going? I lower my voice, speaking to Lars in a more polite tone. Something doesn't add up. How could I have been dreaming for this long without waking up?
もちろん俺の寝室さ。
I'd much rather go somewhere else. Alone, perhaps? There must be plenty of spare rooms around here.
ここへ来たばかりだというのに、もうお気に入りの場所を見つけたのか？だが俺の寝室が一番に決まって。
私は反対です。
シーランか。
その少女の素性がわからぬうちは警戒を怠らない方がよろしいかと。
この娘が俺をどうにかできると思っているのか？考えすぎだ、シーラン教。
I take a closer look at Clarence. His face is cold and stoic, framed with long hair that drapes down like his robes. His voice sounds like someone who's been through a lot. It's strange. I've yet to include Clarence in my manga, and I've definitely never imagined him as someone so cold and unfeeling. Is this really a dream? Is it even possible to dream something I've never imagined before? He fixes his piercing gaze upon me.
その異世界の少女は茨の檻に閉じ込めておくべきです。私たち魔法党の精鋭が見張っていれば不測の事態も防げます。
I'd still prefer a single room to myself. Well, he's right. Not about the cage part, but we should definitely be sleeping separately. Lars lets out a hearty laugh.
こちらは魔法党の首席魔術師シーラン教だ。彼の言うことを素直に聞くのはお前くらいだぞ。
He kind of almost kind of right, but not really, but kind of.
陛下、ご冗談はほどほどに。魔法党が陛下にお仕えして10年。私は一度たりとも陛下のプライベートに干渉したことはございません。ただ今回だけは、どうか私欲を抑えていただきたい。この少女は危険です。
危険か。俺たちがただ立っているだけで怯えているように見えるこの娘が？まあいい。ひとまず彼女を公妃の神殿に案内してくれ。
御意。
We met Clarence. This is my favorite Clarence so far. To be fair, there's not that many, but this is my favorite Clarence, and we'll get to why later, much later. Definitely, probably not this stream. Definitely, probably not. Lars beckons a servant over to escort me away. Upon entering the chambers, I see sky blue curtains hanging against the windows. In ancient Europe, blue was apparently the color of femininity, female, while red and pink were considered masculine. It's clear that the room had been vacant for a while, but it's still been kept immaculately clean. Wait, why is the Archmage still here? Huh? You're still here. Can I help you with anything? Archmage Clarence doesn't say anything. He simply stares into my eyes, as if he's looking into my soul. Is there a problem? No. In that case, can I go to sleep now? I place my hand on the doorknob and decide to close the door in his face if he doesn't start talking.
シーラン様、皇妃の神殿の周囲に呪符の魔法陣を張り巡らせました。
The babiest of
魔法
babies.
塔からの人員も手配済みです。これで常に巫女様をお守りできます。
What? I'm taken aback for a moment when I see another familiar face. Hello! However, I'm more surprised by what he had just said. Protection? That sounds more like surveillance to me.
申し訳ございません。シーラン様のご命令ですので。
How's it going? We're chilling. We're playing games.
私は上級魔術師のロタツと申します。この度巫女様をお守りする守護隊長の任を仰せつかりました。
Arcade? Really?
今後はいついかなる時も巫女様のお部屋の前におります。何かございましたらいつでもお呼びください。
He turns around to face Archmage Clarence.
シーラン様、呪符のご確認をお願いします。
その必要はない。君のことは信頼している。
With that, he leaves. He maintained a cold expression through our entire exchange, saying only the bare minimum to me.
シーラン様は厳しいお方です。しかし、あなたがむやみに出歩かない限り、御身を傷つけるようなことは決してなさいません。
I nod, studying Alcade quietly. Out of all people I recognized from reality, Alcade is the one who resembles his counterpart the most. His expression is gentle, his eyes are like a tranquil lake. While he may have been tasked with guarding me, I can't say I'm against the idea. Our gazes meet momentarily, but he hastily looks away.
巫女様、今日の私は少々緊張しております。もし不手際がありましたらどうかお許しください。ですが巫女様のご命令には誠心誠意お答えいたします。
He's so cute. I have lots of questions. Okay. Why does everyone keep calling me goddess? And how did I become a goddess anyway? He remains silent. Perhaps he feels like he can't answer my question. I hesitate for a moment, but then Alcade abruptly turns and leaves. Wait! Before I can figure out what Alcade's doing, he returns to the room with a tray full of food.
夜食をお持ちしました。宴席ではあまり召し上がっていないようでしたので、少しですがどうぞ。
Thank you. Alcade smiles as he hands me the tray. Food feels pleasantly filling as it hits my stomach. When I'm finished, Alcade walks over once more and cleans everything up.
初日にこれだけの経験をなさったのです。きっとお疲れでしょう。私はこれにて失礼いたします。良い夢を。
With that, he leaves the room and closes the door behind him. Now that I'm finally alone, I let out a heavy sigh. My manga has two main characters, the Silver Knight and the Emperor. Hadn't expected other people to know I know in real life to appear here too. Every person I've met has thoughts and ideas of their own. It's quite remarkable and unlike anything I've dreamt of before. I would be lying to myself if I kept insisting that this is all just a dream. This is a fantasy world, one that is brimming with magic. Lars claims that we're engaged, but the Emperor here isn't as easy to read as the one in my manga. The line between this world and mine is so blurred. So many things feel really similar. I have no idea how to return home. Exhausted, I lay down in my bed and let my tiredness wash over me. Ooh, fight time. Yippee! Time to fight. More tutorial.
覚悟しろ。
くそ、なかなか手強いな。
Hog.
俺はいつだってお前の盾になる。
Ooh. Ooh! 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 I'm gonna take Clarence on a date. Let's freaking go. I'm first. Million figure. Oh,
ここで会えて本当に嬉しいよ。
hi. Tap him.
そう、君へのプレゼント。よければ受け取ってほしい。
Okay. 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 He doesn't like the cake. No, let me give. Don't make me. He doesn't like it. No. That's not his favorite. No. Tap the avatar? Tap. Oh. There's Clarence.
この後のスケジュールはすべて君で埋まっている。
My beloved. Okay. Vent. Flame. Oops. Hog. Okay. I toss and turn all night with images of wraiths? Question mark? Surrounded by ghastly butterflies, filling my dreams. Fortunately, I am able to drive them away with the brushes and paints in my dreams. Wouldn't it be great if I could use this power in real life too? With that in mind, I leap out of bed and walk over to the door. Arcade, are you still out there? There's no response. At least, not at first. Just when I'm about to give up on hearing a reply, I hear a muffled sound from outside.
はい、こちらに。
Arcade, can you do me a favor?
シーラン様のご命令に背くことでなければ何なりと。
I ask him for a simple request. I want a pencil and paper so I can sketch in my room. It's a strange request, but Arcade doesn't question it. Moments later, he passes some parchment and charcoal pencils through the crack of the door. Wow, that was fast. Thanks. I thank Arcade from the bottom of my heart. I've never used such antique materials before. Holding the pencil in my hand puts me at ease right away. What should I do if this is a dream that I can't wake up from? I examine the pencil in my hand and wonder about how I can rewrite the story that's unfolding before me. In what feels like no time at all, the pale light of dawn shines in through my window, signaling the arrival of morning. I look up and see Lars standing by my bed, staring straight at me. How long has he been standing there? Hurriedly, I roll up my parchment in an effort to hide it.
なんだそれは。
It's just a sketch.
そうか。ならばなぜ隠す？
Lars reaches for the parchment and I step back to avoid him. I definitely don't want it falling into his hands. Last night, I'd drawn an ending that is the complete opposite of what happens in my manga. An ending in which the Silver Knight triumphs over the tyrant emperor. I only wanted to see if I could awaken from this dream by sketching. However, it seems to have only made things worse.
白銀の騎士を描いていたのか？
Lars inches closer to me, staring at me with that sharp gaze of his. It's too late. It appears he's seen what I have drawn on the parchment. Ugh! Woo! Anyway. Anyway, his intense stare is, and close proximity makes me shrink to the back of my bed. He leans in closer until he's looming right over me.
随分と丁寧に描いていたな。まるであの男を呼んでいるようだ。
No, I drew Kale, not this Silver Knight or whoever you're talking about.
シリンの水鏡でお前のいた世界を見たことがある。お前のそばにいるときは、白銀の騎士は確か妖剣と名乗っていたな。
He's my guardian. Kale was entrusted by my mother to look after me. He's not the Silver Knight.
まだその名を口にするか。お前は俺を怒らせたいのか？
Yikes, I forgot. That's what happens after I chose that one. He reaches over and slowly, reaches over slowly and grasps my wrist with a gentle yet firm grip. I pull away instinctively, trying to escape. Then suddenly, the parchment we were fighting over tears in half. I seize the opportunity to jump off the bed. I turn around to see Lars standing there motionlessly. He remains at the side of the bed, staring silently at the torn parchment. Silver Knight I had drawn with charcoal is still intact, but the image of the Emperor is ripped in half. He looks down and picks up the torn halves before placing them on the bedside table. I expect him to fly into a rage, but he keeps his calm. However, the noise of our struggle alerts those outside, and the bedroom door flies open.
ミコ様、どうなさいましたか？陛下。
下がれ。
Lars raises an eyebrow, the anger in his voice still lingering. I can't help but feel an air of loneliness within him as he pieces together the parchment. Without uttering a single word to either me or Alcade, he turns around and leaves the room. So that was fun. Things just get more confusing, everybody! Alcade glances at me, then follows Lars outside. According to what they've told me, my arrival in this world has something to do with the Magi Tower and this Silver Knight. And this Silver Knight is Lars's sworn enemy. If that's the case, then perhaps one of them can tell me how I can return home. With that in mind, I smooth out my dress and push open the door to leave. Thank you, Alcade. I nodded Alcade, thanking him. Isekai plotline? Yes. For always, forever. Yes. I nod at Alcade, thanking him. Although protecting me is his duty, helping me with Lars just now was of his own volition. Thank you for your help back there. Is it okay if I walk around and stretch my legs? Alcade considers my request carefully.
それでは、朝食を食べに行きましょうか。
Okay. Pog. The palace prepares a hearty breakfast, with stacks of trays full of delicious-looking food, delicious-looking pastries and other foods to choose from. Alcade doesn't enter the banquet hall with me, and instead decides to wait outside. I call out to him from the doorway. Alcade! He turns around and looks at me confused. You came here to eat breakfast, didn't you? Come join me. I'm not used to this place, so I'll need you to explain these foods to me. Alcade hesitates for a moment before following me to the banquet hall. Then he proceeds to introduce each dish.
牛肉のクリームシチューはイエセイ大陸の名物です。祝日にはどこの家庭でも作るんですよ。それからミントティーも欠かせません。
Alcade's voice is slow and steady, with a certain calmness and peace within it.
こちらにはデザートもございます。チョコレートケーキやプリンはお好きですか？
I decide not to ask about the mage's Daphniforia, freaking Daphniforia, or how I'll get home. Doing so would probably only embarrass him. I guess these questions are beyond his duty to answer. I pour him a cup of mint tea. Can I explore the palace after breakfast?
ミコ様、それは。
Please, there's no need to be so formal. Just call me Mina. In my world, we just use each other's first names.
わかりました。じゃなくて、ごめん。慣れるには少し時間がかかりそうです。
He's so freaking cute. He's the cutest little boy. I love him. I love him. He's baby. I love him. He deserves so much in this world. He deserves so much. He avoids my eyes again. Perhaps he's considered himself a lower status, and so is unwilling to use my actual name. Or perhaps it is because he feels that, as my guard, it is somehow inappropriate. Cute. He's so cute. After breakfast, I ask Alcade if he can tell me more about this world, to which he nods in agreement.
もちろん、散歩ぐらいなら大丈夫だよ。
Do you have to keep guarding me, though? Alcade blinks at me, smiling faintly.
私は魔術師だよ。ずっと付き添っていなくても、君を守ることぐらいできる。
That's so freaking cute. Alcade stays true to his word and lets me roam around by myself. I figured that Alcade is keeping his distance so that I don't feel pressured by his presence. As a mage, he can just track my movements through magic anyway. This palace is enormous, with countless rooms and gardens. It's easy to get lost in its myriad of walkways. As I'm walking through one of the palace's many corridors, I notice a figure in the distance. The Archmage. He's standing in the shade of a tall tree. And when he sees me, his eyes narrow slightly. Several birds are flying around nearby. In that moment, I feel like my eyes are playing tricks on me. I close my eyes momentarily. When I open them again, the Archmage has disappeared. Without realizing it, I've already spent the better part of the day wandering around the palace. Alcade comes over and hands me 2 pieces of freshly washed fruit.
何を考えているの？
I thought I saw. All I care about is Clarence, everybody. Hi, Jay. Hi, Jay. Bye, Jay. It must have been my imagination, but I thought I spotted that stone-faced archmage earlier.
幻じゃないよ。あの方は最近よくここに来るんだ。大事な用があって。
After some thought, Alcade leans over and asks me to do something in a gentle whisper.
一緒に外に出てみるかい？君さえよければ。
Really? I'd love to. Alcade tells the maids that he is taking me to the royal garden to relax for a while. I follow obediently behind him. It's nice to be leaving the palace, but it also means I can't go home if I leave this place. If I do leave this place. Rip. No home. Smiley face. Alcade takes great care in organizing my trip out of the palace. He instructs the maids to prepare a thick shawl for me and drapes a heavy curtain over our horse-drawn carriage.
ここはセントラル広場。かつてこの帝都の中で最も賑わっていた場所だよ。祭りの日には町中の人々がここに集まっていたんだ。
It feels like the seasons have changed as soon as we leave the palace, with snow falling gently from the sky. While there's no festive atmosphere in the central plaza, we spot a few mages casting spells at the fountain. Holy moly! They were just let outside, and Addie is immediately losing her mind. Alright, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna... BRB? I'm gonna get potato chips real quick. I have them. They're in my room, I think. Yeah, they're right here. Everybody, I have chips. Potato chips, everybody. I promise I don't own a Death Note. Even though I've cosplayed Misa and Mane before. I just need something to settle my stomach because it's not happy the fact that I haven't eaten anything. Okay. Why haven't you eaten today? I forgot. Mama Imai's making food though. Eventually, one day. So I will eat. It's just that right now, I haven't. Like you guys like get like really weird about me not eating. I just forget. I don't I don't know. All right. The temperature changes drastically after we ride in the carriage for just a half an hour. I wonder to myself if this is normal in this world. As the carriage presses onwards, the snow outside begins to fall even heavier. Several passers-by glance at the carriage with caution and hostility. All of a sudden, Alcade stops the carriage.
失礼。魔術師はどこかな？
魔術師だって？
今日ここにいるはずの魔術師だよ。まだ来ていないんだね。
Alcade, what is it? He turns to look at me.
最近魔法塔の魔術師が減ってしまってね。広場の見回りを優先したせいで、ここに派遣する魔術師がいなくなってしまったのか。
So, mages need to head out on patrols? It's a risky job. Alcade flashes a comforting smile my way, as if he's telling me not to worry. He taps on the window, signaling the driver to keep moving. The carriage turns into an alley. Suddenly, a terrifying cry cuts through the cold air at the end of the alley.
逃げろ！表情だ！
A crowd of people flees from the alley as if they're being pursued by something truly terrifying. From the direction they're running, a chill that is unlike any I've ever experienced approaches us. I soon understand why they are running. A calamitous force follows right behind them, freezing the ground and all those fleeing in an instant. The culprits behind this calamity are several small, translucent, and somewhat beautiful butterflies, which turn into icicles as soon as which turn people into icicles as soon as they touch them. Alcade stares straight ahead with a calm look on his face.
ここから離れないで。すぐに戻るから。
Instead of retreating, he steps forward. He confronts the enemy head on without hesitation. It's as if it's something that he's long grown accustomed to. Raising his head, he conjures up multiple golden lights that gather around him. Bright but not dazzling. Then he extends his hand and fires the golden lights towards the glacial butterflies, which instantly dissipate. For normal folk, they are formidable foes, yet deadly. However, for Alcade, they are merely cannon fodder. However, among the people hurrying to escape, I noticed that several have stopped. Instead of running from the glacial butterflies, they instead charge towards Alcade. Before I have the time to process what's happening, they're already on top of him. Alcade, watch out! And then Alcade dies, and that's the end of the story. R.I.P. The end. I'm fine. Huh? No, we're fine. Can I? Oh, I can speed. Oh. Auto! Pog! I don't have to do anything anymore. Welcome to winning. This is what winning looks like, everybody. Level 4 Pog.
もうダメだ。耐えろ。
怖い時はかっこいい俺の顔でも眺めて気分を紛らわせばいい。
Wow, you talk a lot, Lars. Sorry. I look down at my hands. This is the first time I've used my Illustra powers in real life.
君も魔術を?
This is my first time remembering that those from What? Remembering that those from the Magi Tower are watching me closely, I let my voice trail off. The mages see that I am If the mages see that I am capable of wielding magic, they still let me leave the palace? And will there be a time when I have to protect myself against Alkaid with my newfound powers? Alkaid suddenly steps forward and grabs my hand. Alkaid? He doesn't say a word and acts without force, grabbing my wrist gently but firmly. He lifts my hand into the air alongside his. Moments later, a bright light radiates from his fingertips. Hand in hand, he walks with me across the area we just fought in.
これで私の魔術の波動と君の使った魔術の波動が同じになった。他の者がここを調べても私の波動だと思うだろう。
With that, he lets go of my hand.
ごめん、こうするしか。
He cares. He wants me to stay alive. Smiley face. He loves me, and I love him. Thank you. Yes! No, I should be thanking you for protecting me. Kate stares at me with a strange sadness in his eyes.
今日のことは誰にも言わない方がいい。
Hey.
君の力のことも、ここで見たことも、誰にも話してはいけないよ。
Hey. Can we still take a stroll around the royal garden after everything that happened? Hi Dustin, welcome back. Kate smiles and shakes his head slightly.
表朝の襲撃は予想外だった。残念だけど、君を別荘へは連れて行けない。巫女様、どうぞ馬車へお戻りください。
Pog. Back in the carriage, I blow into my hands to warm them up. Okay, can you be straight with me? What exactly is going on here? What are those glacial butterfly things chasing those people? And how come those assassins tried to kill you? Keeping me in the dark about all of this will only make things worse. With this, Alkaid patiently explains to me everything he knows. The people of this world believe that the glacial butterflies aren't normal creatures. Instead, instead a type of natural disaster afflicting Godheim.
氷鳥の繁殖速度は速すぎて止められないんだ。どこから生まれるのか、どうすれば倒せるのか、何もわ。
Oh, I skipped to this line. Sorry. Are all mages good at dealing with them? You said before that mages are sent on patrols. Is it so they can eradicate the glacial butterflies?
追い払うことはできるけど、完全に消し去ることはできない。それに、私と同等の力を持つ魔術師はそんなにいないんだ。
Dustin, you weren't here. The glacial butterflies, if they touch you, you become ice. Bye bye. Don't touch the butterflies. And they're just around. They just appear.
都の外には皇帝のやり方をよく思わない者も多い。都だけが春のように暖かいのは魔術師がここに集められているからだ。市民の中には反乱軍に加わり白銀の騎士に従う者もいる。さっき襲ってきたのも反乱軍だろう。
Conflict between the honorable Silver Knight and his foe, the fierce, tyrannical emperor. This major conflict runs in the same vein as my manga, except there were no mages in my story and no strange butterflies that can turn people into icicles. I feel like things here are getting more complicated by the second. Alkaid takes me back to the palace while I try to make sense of my messy thoughts. For the next few days, I remain in the palace. I play around with the charcoal pencils and parchment that Alcade gave me, hoping to improve my illustre powers. In my spare time, I explore the palace for more information. It's a fruitless search, however.
何をしている？
Your mom... Sorry. Just taking a walk, Your Majesty. Upon seeing Lars, my heart skips a beat. Following the example of other noblewomen, I'd give him a curtsy.
そんなことは
Got
し
him.
なくていい。
Yay! His mom's dead? I shouldn't say that.
他の連中のように気を使う必要はない。
With like every anime man, I should just assume their mother is dead. Even my mom's dead. Not in real life, in the game. My mom is alive. Mama Imai is making food right now. Anyway, he called me adorable?
ところで、お前が来てから何日か経ったが、ここでの暮らしには慣れたか？暇を持て余して退屈してるんじゃないかと気になってな。
I don't have access to my phone, the internet, or my precious chat. I'll never say that about you guys ever again. I don't even know what happened at the Stellaris Cup. There are loads of things that I'd like to have, but I can't tell Lars about them. I'm fine, thank you, Your Majesty. I'm pretty adaptable to new situations and have no problem keeping myself busy.
だがそうやっていつも一人でいられては、俺がお前をもてなしていないと思われてしまいそうだ。
Yeah, they're all orphans. Every single character here is an orphan. Wow. All of their moms are dead. I had to think about that for a bit. Yeah, they're all dead.
Oi! 交渉を呼べ。
Honestly, that's very cute of him to be concerned about my well-being. It's just that right now we're not in... we don't have that connection yet, Lars. Soon after, several craftsmen carry a large object into the Empress chambers. The object appears to be a wooden puppet box, which is as tall as a man? Which is as tall as a man? It's that big? It's ginormous? Winding a crank on the side. It looks so tiny from this image. It's ginormous. Winding a crank on the side makes the wooden box inside makes the wooden doll inside dance. It's beautifully made with intricate carvings of floral patterns and small animals. However, it's certainly not what I want right now. I managed to produce a smile nonetheless. Have fun!
そんな顔で面白いと言われてもな。楽しそうな顔一つできないのか。
I love that I don't know this man and he can read me like a book. I love that about him. That's him in every world. In our world and this one. That's just how Lars is, and it makes me happy. It's amazingly intricate.
別に交渉を褒めてほしいわけでもないんだが。
Lars observes me for a moment, then claps his hands suddenly.
まあいい。お前は好きなことをすればいいさ。絵の具が欲しいなら倉庫にある。好きなだけ使え。
It appears that Lars knows what I've been asking Alcade for sketching materials. He turns to leave. I watch him as he goes. Once he's out of sight, I sigh out of I let out a sigh of relief. That's what I do. Also, Alcade said, "My lady." If you insist on calling me that, then I'll also start using your full title as well. Alcade. I flash a smile at him. Alcade pauses for a moment, then returns a smile, as, if a little weak.
君は本当に順応するのが早いんだね。今日は何がしたい？
I wanna go home. Anyway. Yes, I'd like to go outside. My needs are the same as ever. Indoors. 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 Does anybody remember that episode of SpongeBob where he had like a chip, a tissue, and a penny? And those were his friends? Because he became agoraphobic. And then Patrick put on a gorilla costume. But then it was an actual gorilla. Anyway. The glacial butterflies always appear without warning, and we encounter them again along the way. As Alcade leaves the carriage, I say I want to join him and help.
それはダメだよ。君の能力は秘密にしておかないと。
You're supposed to watch over me day and night. What if you left me here and I ran off while you were busy? I look at him with a cheeky smile. Let's go together. Yippee, time to fight. Alright, let's sit back and relax, gamers. Sit back and relax. So what have you guys been up to today? I've been fighting butterflies. And by I mean all of my cards doing their job. I'm doing nothing. I'm just sitting here watching it happen. That's what I do best. That's what I do best, gamer. I'm just a watcher. I'm not a fighter.
いつでも君のためだけ
I
に
am an
掲げよう。
observer.
君の戦いは実に素晴らしかった。
Cutie, I love him. I miss him. Clarence, I love you. Oh, it's gonna be so long since it's gonna take forever to get to his part of the story. Oop, new feature. Ooh, practice. Ooh. Oh, yippee. Okay, assist available. Let me... Yeah, that's fine. Do 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 do. Bang 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 bang. I love combat. I'm so interested and involved in this combat.
お前と
This
い
is
う
why I play Genshin,
この世で
everybody.
一輪しかないバラに乾杯しよう。思ったよりも
Turn-based
強いよう
games
だ
are actually the freaking worst for me. I hate them, genuinely. And yet, all I do is play turn-based games. I've already done this. Okay. Hog, I guess. Okay, wait. Let me get stuff. Boom, 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 boom. We did it! Yippee!
君はとても強いね。
I thank you. If Alcade hadn't defeated the glacial butterflies without even breaking a sweat, I might have believed his praise as his eyes have a hint of sincerity in them. Look, I just wanted to go. That's all. I know I didn't help much. And thanks for helping me out with the miserable Archmage Clarence. It was amazing to see seeing how you managed to fool him. Okay, let's out a sigh. I braced myself for his response.
シーラン様は私の指導者であり、私が尊敬している方でもあるんだ。
Yikes. Well, that makes sense. That makes what you did even more impressive, considering he's someone you look up to and whatnot. Our horse-drawn carriage is, well insulated and warm, and quite warm inside. I'm having a hard time. Woo! As it starts moving, I can only wonder what our destination, the Royal Garden, looks like. After all, we didn't make it there last time. Suddenly, a ruckus can be heard outside. Arcade pops his head outside to check on what's going on. What's happening?
聖宿者の警備隊だ。
The Inquit! Tuck his hair behind ear. Giggles. Tee. I marvel at how the Inquisitor's appearance matches their formidable title. Draped in thick black cloaks, they march with heavy and intimidating steps. Those standing in their way. Oh, I skipped it. Anyway, with this being my first time seeing them in the flesh, only now do I understand how they earned their reputation. Al-Qaeda once mentioned that the Inquisitors were formed to deal with the growing number of rebels outside the city. I turned to look at the front of the group. Ahaha! Eehee! Tugs hair behind ear. Tee! Anyway, riding ahead of them is a young man on horseback. It's Ayan, the same guy I first saw at the banquet. I never knew he was an Inquisitor. And what's more, he looks like their leader. The force of his horse's hooves send a cloud of snow and dust into the air. Ayan suddenly pulls on the reins and begins the somber process. To a halt. He shifts his focus. He gazes, his gaze panning in my direction as he turns his horse around before settling on our carriage. My heart skips a beat as several Inquisitors break formation and block our carriage.
降りろ。
Okay.
反乱軍が乗っている可能性がある。全員降ろしたら中を調べろ。
Okay jumps out of the carriage and promptly walks over to the Inquisitors, showing his willingness to cooperate.
恐れながら、こちらは巫女様の馬車でございます。私は巫女様を別荘にお連れしている最中でして。
Arcade, Ayan casts Arcade a quick glance, but pays him no heed. He then walks alongside the carriage doors and lifts the curtain, with the hilt of his sword. Hello? Hello? We're fine. Don't worry about that. Nothing happened. You saw nothing. There's no one in here.
そうか。
Scam call? Yeah. I've been getting a lot of them today. Yeah, look at how small it is. There's no space for anyone to hide in here. I attempt to feign calmness, but on the inside I'm terrified. Really, I don't want him to come inside. Alcade made sure to mask every residual trace of magic, but Ayan doesn't seem too familiar with the arcane. However, his cold and penetrating stare makes me feel incredibly uncomfortable. Ayan continues to stare into my eyes before casting a gaze at something behind me. Suddenly, he reaches out and grabs what appears to be a child from beneath the sea. Child.
連れて行け。
I didn't know there was a child. To be fair, no clue. Hear us out, sir. Please don't arrest us. Thank you. The Inquisitors next to Ayan obey his command and carry the boy away. I can't believe it. How did a stowaway get in here? He must have snuck inside while Alcade and I stepped outside to practice my Illustra. The poor boy really connected to the rebels, or is he just an ordinary kid from the slums who wanted to escape the cold? Anne is standing nearby, his gaze still unflinching.
念のため聞いておく。お前は反乱軍か？
I just got here, man. I don't know a freaking thing. I've been with Alcade this whole time. We don't know anyone from the rebellion, nor have we spoken to anyone who's connected with them. The Inquisitors nearby take a half step closer when I finish speaking. It appears I've alarmed them somehow.
忠告しておく。
What's up, gamer? What's up?
この先同じようなことがあったら問われたこと以外何も言うな。
Okay, loser. Okay. Jeez.
それでお前たちがずっと一緒にいたのならあの子供はいつここに隠れたんだ？
We took a little stroll for a second, okay? Is that not allowed to have a stroll? He pauses and looks at me with narrowed eyes. The Inquisitors step back as if they've been ordered to do so. Anne shoots an indifferent glance in my way, then heads back to his horse before mounting it. He turns around and looks at us.
高級の別荘に行くのか？
Yes, that was our plan.
すぐに引き返せ。
With a curt and dismissive wave of his hand, Anne turns away
言
from
っても
us.
無駄だ。あそこは徴用された。じゃあな。
Okay, bye. With that, Anne jumps onto his saddle with a grace befitting such an intimidating character. As his horse canters away, it kicks a trail of snow and dust into the air. Well, what a great time. What a great time, everybody. We had a great time. After ensuring that Ayan and the Inquisitors are out of sight, I put my hand against my beating chest and let out a sigh of relief.
少し心配だな。
About that man?
いや、私たちが取り調べを受けていた間に見習いを連れた魔術師たちがここを通ったんだ。
Are you worried that they know about my magic? Alcade shakes his head.
魔術の痕跡は全て消したからそれは大丈夫だよ。でも外出していたことはシーラン様に報告されるかもしれない。あまり長居しない方が良さそうだ。
Let's return to the palace. Alcade nods in agreement. On the way back, everything that just happened keeps running through my mind. I wonder how Ayan, a noble and finely dressed young man, could be the commander of the Inquisitors. The more I think about it, the more I worry about that young boy they dragged away. Alcade, Where do you think they'll take that child?
聖宿者の判断次第かな。彼らは陛下が最も信頼している警備隊で、町に紛れ込んだ反乱軍を探しているんだ。
But a child that young can't possibly be a rebel, right? I fall silent as soon as I see Alcade's solemn expression. He seems to disagree with what I had just said. He looks at me calmly and shakes his head.
それはわからないよ。
You never know what exactly. Whether they're cruel enough to punish a mere child, or whether a child that young could be a rebel. I turn to look out the carriage window. We've been moving for a while. The inquisitors are long gone. All I can see out our carriage are tracks of what? All I can see now is our carriages. Oh, frickin'.
否定はできないかな。
Thank you for answering my question, even though I can't fricking read. I scan Alcade's face, eyes and face, intently, hoping that he's simply joking with me. Yet his expression remains blank. He stays silent for the rest of the trip. We arrive at the palace. I don't have an appetite that evening, and even when Alcade brings me my supper, I can only force a few bites of bread and several sips of water. I decide not to venture outside the palace walls for at least the next few days. Lars had me named his so-called fiancé, but hadn't made any moves on me. In fact, the only time I'd encountered any troubles was outdoors. It seems the palace is much safer than the outside world. Although I've made up my mind, Alcade is nowhere to be seen the next day. Uh-oh. Alcade got in trouble. I carefully open my door to see if anyone's walking through the corridor outside. Just as I'm about to step out, I see Archmage Clarance standing across the hallway next to a young mage.
昨日広場の見回りの折にあなた様をお見かけしました。
It must be the colleague that Alcade had seen. Seen us. What? Said had seen us the day before. I don't rush to respond. Instead, I simply put an innocent look on my face and recall what Alcade had said to me yesterday. We didn't leave a trace. The Archmage gives me a penetrating glare, as if he's trying to read my mind.
昨日出かけたのか?
Am I not permitted to go outside for some fresh air, Archmage? Before continuing, I give him a quick curtsy. He's a stickler for polite etiquette. He doesn't move nor respond, and stands as still as a statue, making my curtsy seem a little out of place. Suddenly, a burst of laughter shatters the silence.
ほら言っただろ、シーラン教。
I love
お前が
Lars.
突っ立っているだけで、俺の可愛い花嫁はビクビクしている。
Lars shows up at the strangest of times just to act silly and get me out of trouble. That's what he does best, and I love that about him. Lars gives me a cheerful smile.
おはよ
Good morning, Your Majesty. I never thought I'd be so relieved to see the Emperor.
う。最近どうだ？ここでの生活は楽しんでいるか？
陛下、この少女が怪しい行動をしていたと魔法塔から報告がありました。
だが彼女はその魔法塔のものと一緒だったと聞いているが。まだ疑っているのなら別のものに聞いてみよ はい。
Anne silently appears right after Lars calls for him. Surprisingly, he's wearing a very low-key outfit today. His young face is partially obscured by a black cloak, making him less eye-catching than normal. His outfit seems to shroud him in shadows, which reminds me of the Inquisitors we had encountered the day before.
昨日街の外で彼女に会った覚えはあるか？
いえ、ありません。
I love this man.
お見かけしたような気もしますが。
Ian replies indifferently, as if he's unwilling to deal with any trouble unrelated to him. He retains his manners, but shows no unnecessary emotions.
聞いたか？覚えがないそうだ。つまり、彼女はいい子にしてたということだ。
I love them. I love them all so much. I love my sillies. I guess only Lars could come up with an excuse as bold and forthright as that. I suspect he's got a long list of similar responses for whatever question he might be asked. Clarence stays silent for a while, just as I think he's been convinced. He speaks out in a quiet tone.
やはり彼女を試すべきかと存じます、陛下。
お前は小娘相手にどうしてそこまでムキになる？月経祭も近いというのに。
だからです。なおさら失敗は許されません。
After Clarence has finished speaking, a young mage walks forward and suddenly casts hail and rain at me inside the palace. I know that summoning my Illustra right now would be foolish, so I simply raise my arms to shield my attack. However, as the frost spreads across my body, the Illustra suddenly appears behind me. This some kind of self-defense mechanism? I know it's no good, but having been backed into a corner, I have no chance but to fight back. Choice. I have no choice. Test. Hog. Oh, they're 10. I can't bear to see you hurt. The bunch Okay. I might die here?
僕の剣は
Question mark?
いつでも君のためだけに掲げようと。
I didn't realize that they were level 10. I'm only level 8 and
爪を
7.
侮ると痛い目に遭うぞ。
The freaking meow is so funny.
この世で一輪しかないバラに乾杯しよう。
Pog,
お
you
前と
made
同
it.
じ道を歩めるなんて実に光栄だ。
Okay, hold on. Let me freaking level up my cards. Yeah, the cat's in the card meow. It's really cute. Glitchy. Y'all, I can smell the food Mama Imai is making. I'm so hungry. Dum, dum. Bum, 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 bum. $4.20. $4.20? Yeah, it was $4.20. Ooh, 88! Oh, I forgot, it's freaking wild. Finishing stories or like getting through stuff is wild. Alright. Up here to change the map. Okay, so we're in post of main story. After all, my Illustra has already been exposed.
もう十分だ。それとも俺の宮殿を壊すつもりか？
いいでしょう。終わりにします。
With a wave of his hand, Archmage Clarence casts what I assume to be some cruel frost magic at me. Rude? Or cruel? Oh no, I'm dyslexic. However, I was foolish to underestimate his spell. Suddenly, my entire body is frozen solid. Unable to muster the will... Why? Alright. I'll be right back. Hello? I have food now. There were messages and I didn't see them, and then Mommy Imai, not knowing that it was gonna show up on stream, called me. So that's what happened just now. But now I have food. So it's fine. Let me freaking... I have steak and potato. Honestly, genuinely, hold on. Everybody pause. What if... I know what I said, but what if I didn't continue playing? What if I lay down after I ate food? Because my tailbone hurts so bad. I didn't account for the fact that my tailbone was going to actually want me dead today. Didn't account for that. Didn't think that was gonna happen. But it hurts so bad, like genuinely. I think I need to go. Lie down and relax then? Yeah. So we will pick up where we left off next week. And then just lie down. I will after I eat. I can't lie down while I'm eating steak and potato. You know? That's just not how that works. But I will lay down. I need to rest. My tailbone hurts really bad. I'll also take Advil before I eat. So then everything will work. But yeah, I'm really sorry. Because I know that I really wanted to continue playing. And I know I said that I wanted to continue playing. But I'm not feeling too great. So I will see you all not tomorrow, but the next day. What's the next day? Wednesday, Friday. I'll see you on Friday. We'll play Tears of Themis, and then Saturday we'll play Persona all freaking day, gamer. Your health comes first. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I'll see you Friday. We're gonna play Tears of Themis. Yippee! Bye bye. Goodbye.